Hey, what's up, you guys? It's John Chacon with Awesome Performance Fitness, coming at you today with a couple of quick tips. One of the things that I hear most from potential clients coming into us training, and then from friends and family and people that I talk with outside of the gym, one of the most common areas of pain that they talk about is in the lower back. You guys could probably attest to this yourselves. I know that I probably started having lower back pain when I was, no kidding, about 10 years old. I remember going to the chiropractor 2 or 3 times a week for about a year until that back pain went away. In addition to posture, one of the things that I'm finding out more often than not is that lower back pain is in some way associated with weakness in the gluteus maximus. Yes, your butt. Now, I'm not a physical therapist, so I'm not going to go into all the details about it, but I can tell you guys what I've experienced, and I can tell you that I know what works. Now, I know most of our jobs entail something similar to sitting down most of the day, usually in a hard chair, or driving long distances, whatever it might be, but all in all, you end up sitting for most of the day. Over time, as you're not using those glute muscles, those fantastic butt muscles, they almost get kind of suffocated, if you will. They don't get used, they get kind of flattened out, and the muscles themselves, because they're not getting used, they kind of go dormant, especially if you're working and you're sitting most of the day, and combined with a lack of exercise, a lack of movement, something as simple as walking or jogging or whatever you might be doing, it doesn't matter, but as long as you are not moving outside of your job, those glutes actually get very, very little work. In fact, today, we don't have to do much if we want to sit on our butts all day. Really, we could order in food, we could have people deliver groceries to us, and we could just talk on the phone with people if we want to talk to them. We don't have to go to them. But I encourage you guys to start using those even more. What are some ways that you can start incorporating glute movements or activation movements to start building those back up? I've had a few clients very recently where all we did was add in 1, 2, maybe 3 things at most into their warm-up that started to activate those. For pretty much all my clients, every single warm-up that we have, there was some type of glute exercise or glute movement incorporated in there, whether it's a glute bridge, single leg glute bridge holds, side lying straight leg raises. We use a lot of bands, X-band walks, lateral walks, forward walks, with bands around the ankles, bands around the knees. Lots of different things where you can excite and you can activate those areas on your posterior. Now, make sure when you are doing these things that back is flat, it's neutral, and some other great things that you can incorporate during your workouts that actually utilize quite a bit. Hip thrusts, okay, with the barbell, glute bridges, sled drags, prowler pushes, sprints. Yes, sprints and jumps, when done properly, are a great tool for developing the glutes. Hill sprints, in fact, are great. Reverse lunges, forward lunges, squats, deadlifts, absolutely. The ones that by far hit the most, though, I would say, are those movements where you are moving forward or you're propelling a weight forward. Kettlebell swings. Kettlebell swings, hip thrusts, glute bridges, and prowler pushes, and forward sled drags, by far probably the best ones you could do. And if you guys want a great resource on this, the best guy that I know is the foremost expert in glute development, glute activation, the guy that knows everything about them. His name is Brett Contreras. I'll put you guys a link on here. But no pun intended, I just wanted to share with you guys today the fact that I'm seeing more and more often that people that have low back pain, it's because those glutes aren't getting used. Okay, yes, there are situations where there's scoliosis and all these different things going on with their spine outside of the glutes. But for the most part, it tends to be with people that are sitting most of the day, they're not getting that activation in their glutes, and those glute muscles have literally shrunk. The glutes are supposed to be the largest muscle in your entire body. Yes, the largest and the most powerful muscle. I won't go into the details on that one either and why it is, but over time, it starts to not become that because it's not getting used. You don't use it, you lose it, guys, and that's how it goes. So start incorporating something, whether it's in your warm-up, it doesn't have to be crazy amount of reps, or you start incorporating some type of glute exercise movement in your actual workouts. Now, when you're doing these, make sure you put that mind to muscle connection. If you're doing squats, if you're doing deadlifts, lunges, prowler pushes, I want you to tell your brain, or your brain to tell you, your brain to make that connection with your actual glute muscles so you feel them as you work. There have been studies done, and I'll see if I can dig it up, that show actually putting that mind to muscle connection works. It actually increases the ability of that muscle to do the job that you want it to do by 10, 20, 30% or more than if you don't even think about it at all. So make sure you actually think about working those glutes as you're doing them, at the end of a squat, the end of a deadlift, as you pull up out of a lunge, as you're pushing with those strides on the prowler, whatever it might be. Even on the kettlebell slings, that is the one where people love to see it and feel it the most. As you drive those hips forward from that hip hinge position, squeeze those glutes and drive them. Make that mind to muscle connection, guys. So that is all I got for you guys today. I'll post all those exercises below so you can check those out. I'll post some stuff towards that you can incorporate into your warm-ups. And I'll also post you a link to Brett Contreras and his work. Great guy. He always puts out some good stuff. He's even helped me out when I was starting to work on glute bridges a couple years back. He actually watched my video feeds, even though he's an extremely busy guy. So hope you guys start incorporating those in your workouts. If you are experiencing lower back pain, take your time with it. Don't go too crazy. Start incorporating it slowly, over time, and progressively in a smart way. And I hope, I don't want to guarantee, but I hope that you guys will start seeing better results and less back pain until that sucker is gone. That butt contributes so much to stabilizing your lower back in everything we do, okay? Contributes significantly to posture, hip extension, all these things, but it stabilizes that lower back, okay? That's all I got for you guys today. This has been John Chacon talking about the glutes, Austin Performance Fitness, stronger every day. Peace.